Hi besties and welcome back to my trash channel. Sorry for the wait on this part. I've had assessments all week so I kinda needed to study. Also my WIT ban got extended to the 2nd of February so that's hot. I don't know what else to say so just enjoy the video. Atsumu smiled as he entered the coffee shop. It wasn't too far from his dorm and a pretty short walk. His eyes traced the room in search of his 𝘴𝘢𝘬𝘶𝘢𝘵, his eyes sparkling as they met the back of the all too familiar ginger hair in the corner of the room. He was sat alone. Atsumu felt his cheeks heat up at the mere thought of even going over there, but he shook it off and slapped his cheeks as he began to walk over to him, pulling out the chair opposite him when he was able to. Hey. Tsumu. They both stayed silent for a moment, both trying to think of something to say, but that was harder than it seemed. I was just about to order my drink. You want me to get yours too? Oh, no it's okay. I can get my own. No it's fine really. I can get you yours. Atsumu bit his lip but didn't say anything more. Instead he nodded his head. Hinata chuckled and pushed his chair out, standing up. I'll go order. I won't be long. Okay. He then walked off, making sure to push his chair back under the table beforehand. Atsumu let out a deep breath, his head laying itself down on the table as he groaned and rubbed his forehead. Fuck. He knew it would be at least a little awkward, but his nerves were all over the place. Usually he'd at least have something to say, but his mind went completely blank. But it didn't ruin everything for him. Seeing 𝘴𝘢𝘬𝘶𝘢𝘵 did make him happy, even if it was extremely awkward. He smiled to himself as he admired his hand, his cheeks painting a light shade of pink as he thought about Hinata. He was excited for the rest of the time he was going to spend with Hinata, yet he was also nervous and felt like he wanted to go home to avoid the feeling completely. But he told himself that that wasn't an option. And if he wanted to get back with Hinata, this was just one of the obstacles he had to overcome. Here. He smiled softly as he placed both of the coffees on the table. Atsumu quickly lifted his head back up, smiling nervously whilst rubbing the back of his head with one hand, the other one reaching to grab a coffee. Fuck. He knew 𝘴𝘢𝘬𝘶𝘢𝘕 and has done for a long time. Why does it have to be this awkward? You tired? You were laid down. Are you tired? Oh. No, not really. He had known 𝘴𝘢𝘬𝘶𝘢𝘕 for a long time. That was true. But did he really know him? They broke up when Atsumu thought everything was going great in their relationship so maybe he didn't know 𝘴𝘢𝘬𝘶𝘢𝘕 as well as he thought he did. Plus he broke his heart. That's why it was awkward. I was just thinking. Hinata smiled softly, taking a sip from his cup. Atsumu couldn't help but notice the tinted rouge shade on the latter's cheeks. His eyes went wide for a moment before his own cheeks mirrored that same tone. It's been a while. Yeah it has. What have you been up to? Oh. Not much really. It's been kinda boring. Hinata's face dropped. I don't really have any friends, so I've had no one to hang out with. Oh, I'm sorry. It's fine. I've had more time to focus on my studies anyways, so I guess it's not all too bad. He smiled softly again, taking another sip from his cup. How about you? What have you been up to? Not much honestly. Mostly just been with Omi. Sakusa. Atsumu smiled to himself as he looked down to his coffee. He wondered what Sakusa was doing back at home. I haven't spoken to him since. Well, yeah. How's he? Good too I'd say. That's good. Hinata sighed before smiling, though his eyebrows curved inwards. Even Atsumu could tell it was forced. I've been thinking of going somewhere. There isn't exactly much to do on campus and I haven't been anywhere in a while. Atsumu hummed. Yeah right. I'm just not sure of what to do. You know anything fun that I could do? I'm not sure. I haven't been anywhere in a while either. Oh well. I'll figure something out. I'd love to go somewhere with you. Well if you want to. Of course I would. Atsumu slapped a hand to his mouth. He had shouted that way too loud, gathering the attention of some of the people in the store. Hinata just laughed and took another sip. I haven't been anywhere. It would be nice. We could catch up. I'd like that. I've missed you, Atsumu. Atsumu's eyes sparkled. He really had been missing him after all. At least he wasn't alone in that sense. I've missed you too. Hey, when's your next class? Next class? Atsumu thought for a moment as he pushed his chair out and stood up. Hinata did the same. It's later in the evening. My classes are a little all over the place at the moment. Shoyo smiled as he tucked his chair under the table, his vision locking on the floorboards for a moment. Blood rushed to his cheeks as he turned his head back up to meet Atsumu's eyes. Do you want to go and get something to eat? Atsumu smiled and nodded back, his own cheeks a subtle pink. Yes. I'm free anyways. Great. I know I only said to grab coffee, but I wanna spend more time with you. His cheeks heated up more this time as he reached to pet the back of his head before replying. I could say the same. But where do ya wanna go eat? I don't know. Let's just find a cafe or something? Okay. Me and Omi went to one the other day. It was nice there. Really? Was it on campus? The pair began to walk towards the exit of the store. Atsumu held the door open for Hinata as they spoke, making sure to close it as he too walked out. You really think Omi of all people would want to venture too far out the dorm? Hinata laughed. You're right. He really wouldn't. It's not far away at all. We're almost there already. Well, our campus isn't exactly the largest, but it's not small either. Their food here is really good. Like good. Which cafe are you on about? I forgot the name of it, but I'll recognize it when I see it. But Omi ordered a salad. What type of widow would get salad? To be fair, his favorite food is umeboshi. Need I say more? Atsumu smiled to himself. Was he talking about Sakusa too much? It just came natural as the first thing to mention. He had been stuck to Sakusa like glue for the past 2 weeks or so, and even closer over these past few days. He just wanted to tell someone about whatever he and Kayumi had been up to. Yeah, right. His taste buds are weird as fuck. They both chuckled this time. Atsumu looked off into the distance. His eyes widened and his arm extended as he pointed in the direction he was looking towards. It's that one there. That one? Oh. I've been there before. You're right. It's really good. It was a small but welcoming store. Flowers coated the windows and outdoor tables. I'm so hungry. We better hurry up then. Ugh. I don't know what to get. Well, what would you usually get? I don't know. I usually just let my finger decide. Like I close my eyes and then move my finger on the menu. And like, whatever it lands on I'll get. Then just do that. I already did. Like 5 times. But I'm extra indecisive today or something and I just can't pick. Atsumu groaned. You know what? Fuck it. I'm getting a salad. A salad? You? Omi likes it okay. I gotta see what's so good about it. Or tell him how shit his taste buds are when I get home. Shoyo laughed, placing his menu down on the table. Well, I guess I'll get a salad too then. No, don't put yourself through that. Where's the fun if only you get to try it? Who knows? Maybe it's actually good. I doubt it. You never know until you try. My third sense is now in whether food is good or not. Wait a moment. I'll be back. Where are you going? Just to the bathroom. I'll be back. No need to worry. Okay. Hinata smiled as he stood up from his seat, walking to wherever he assumed the bathroom was. Atsumu also smiled as he rested his head down on the table. It was nice to be out with Shoyo, though it was turning out a lot different than he originally assumed. It was more of a hangout with a friend more than a date with an ex, but he guessed that's what it pretty much was. Sure, Shoyo did make his heart tingle and his cheeks blush, but nowhere near as much as he would have done previously. Though maybe it was a good thing that he wasn't acting like a flustered idiot around him. He knows he likes him, that's a fact. But there's something missing now. Something that was there before but seems to be gone now. Atsumu sighed as he pulled his phone from his pocket. He wasn't going to just stare at the table until Shoyo came back after all. He contemplated on what to do. He really wanted to message Sakusa, though he thought it would be kind of rude saying that he was out with Hinata. But he soon gave in, opening his and Kayumi's DMS. Inachu and Omi's private messages. Omi. Atsumu waited for a moment, sighing before his phone buzzed in his hand. His eyes quickly widened until he smiled, reading the reply. What? Whoa, you replied quickly. You miss me or something? I was just playing on my phone. No, I know you were missing me. You are most definitely mistaken. Omi. What? I'm bored. Okay. What do you mean okay? What do you want me to do about it? Yeah, my husband Omi. Entertain me. Absolutely not. Go fuck yourself. Geez Omi, extra rude today. I just don't see why you're bothering me whilst you're out on your little date with your show. I have to put up with you for most of my day anyways. Leave me alone. Goddamn. I'm hurt. Good. Omi. Don't say that to your husband. I can't help it. You can. I can't. Your reaction is always the best. Where is Hinata anyways? He's gone to the bathroom. Then wait for him patiently instead of messaging me. No. I miss you Omi. Too much. So much. I can't even put it into words. Then don't. Shut up. Omi. No. Omi. What? Pleading emojis. Oh my god. Fine. I miss you too. But seriously, you should get back to well whatever you're on. A date? We're just hanging out. Right. How is it anyways? You doing okay? Oh, Omi does care for me. Yeah. Now answer me. You good? POV. Omi goes protective husband mode. Just shut up and tell me how it's going. It's good Omi. Tilda. Are you having fun without me? All the fun. Stay away longer please. I make everything more fun. I'm watching movies. How can it get any spicier than that? Movies? HAA. Have you finished your essay? No. Why? Omi at least work on your essay a little bit. I can't be bothered. HAA. Omi. Do something. Now. You will regret it later if you don't. I'm not like you Achu. When I say I'm going to watch 30 minutes of something I mean 30 minutes. Not a whole 2 hours. I can work on it later. No. I need Omi time later. Do your essay now. Omi time. Yes. We'll watch movies together when I get back. Think about your date idiot. It's not a date. Well, I don't think it is. Whatever. How's it going anyways? Oh, you are worried about me. Die. Dash. Atsumu was about to type a reply, though he was cut off by Hinata pulling out the chair opposite him. He quickly turned off his phone, stuffing it into his pocket as he smiled towards Shoyo. Our food isn't here yet? I guess not. I'm starving. Maybe you shouldn't have gone with a salad then. HAA. I mean, what if you don't like it? Then you'll be extra hungry. Atsumu's jaw opened slightly. He didn't think about that. I'll kill someone. I swear to God. This food better be good. Hinata laughed before he tilted his head down nervously, a rose tinge dusting his cheeks. I hope so too. Dash. You know, I guess his taste buds ain't that bad. Atsumu confessed as the pair walked out of the cafe, both with smiles on their faces. Hinata laughed as they walked side by side, walking in the general direction of the dorm buildings. You're right, but I'm a fan of salad unlike you, so I guess that's to be expected. Still, imagine genuinely picking a salad when you could have something more interesting. You had a salad, only to prove Omi wrong. You didn't do that anyways. HAA. You ended up liking it. You didn't prove anything. Oh right. Atsumu huffed. Whatever, I'll just tell him it's disgusting anyways. Why so? You mean let Omi-kun win? Never. Win? Atsumu hummed as he nodded his head. Letting him know that the food he likes is actually good is like letting him win. And I can't do that. Hinata chuckled, his hands seeping into his pockets. Everything doesn't have to be a competition you know. It does. And I always have to win. That's just how I work. Plus Omi isn't exactly a rival I'd just let beat me. Hinata looked towards the floor, his fingers nervously nipping at the fabric of his pants as his expression dropped into a frown, though he quickly tried to disguise it, forcing a smile to his lips. Sakusa. I sure hope he's treating you well. HAA. Nothing. Just. Anyways, my dorm block is C. You already know that just. We should do this again Tsumu. I've missed you. He smiled, this time more genuinely, a tint of red displayed on his cheeks. Atsumu smiled back. I've missed you too Sho. Hinata hummed before he took a cautious step away from Atsumu, giving him a wave before he walked into the nearby building. See you. See ya. Dash. Omi-kun. Atsumu shouted as he stormed into the dorm, carelessly kicking off his shoes and slamming the door shut as he ran into the living room, not bothering to place his shoes neatly by the door. He was met by Sakusa who had paused his Netflix, his face blank as the blonde rushed over to him, taking the seat beside him. I missed ya. I feel the exact opposite. Omi. Atsumu looked away from Sakusa and towards the TV. He raised an eyebrow and scoffed after seeing what was displayed on it. The fuck are you watching? The Minions. What type of widow decides to randomly watch the Minions? Me apparently. I've been binge watching these movies all day. HAA. They're not even good. Sakusa sent a stern glare at Sumu's way. Don't insult the art of the Minions. I'm just saying. Yeah, weird for watching it. Your opinion isn't valid. There's no way you have been watching this all day. Well, I have. Sakusa scoffed, tucking himself further into the comforter that he had taken from his bedroom. How was your date? It wasn't a date. Just how was it, Dumbus? Atsumu thought for a moment. It was nice. He loved seeing Shoyo again, but something about it just felt off. He couldn't quite put his finger on what it was yet, so he wasn't about to tell Sakusa about it. It was alright. Alright. Did something happen while you were out? Are you okay? HAA. Of course I'm fine. Nothing bad happened, I swear. Then why did you just say it was alright then? Cause it was alright, Omi. Jeez. Atsumu chuckled as he rested his back to the couch, shuffling closer towards Sakusa so that he was able to also wrap himself up in Sakusa's covers. Sakusa sent him a few concerned glares as well as a few death ones, but they only made him laugh even more. Look at you being all worried about me. I'm not worried. Well, maybe. So you are? Sakusa nodded, shooting a small smile at Sumu's way which only tugged at the blonde's heart, his head directing downwards to avoid Kayumi's concerned eyes as his cheeks dusted a pink shade. Did something happen? Nothing happened. I swear. Then. It just wasn't what I expected. Sakusa raised an eyebrow, though it seemed that he wasn't going to get an answer to his curiosities, the blonde quickly speaking once again. But enough about Shoyo. I'm home now. I need that Omi time I talked about. Well, too bad. I'm watching the Minions. HAA. Then stop, and give me attention. No, the Minions come before you. Omi. No. Atsumu huffed, again shuffling closer towards Sakusa. He gave Kayumi a mischievous grin before he ducked his head down, resting it on his shoulder as his arms looped around Sakusa's. He smiled a second time, his cheeks just as pigmented as before. Yeah, this felt right. Sakusa made no attempts to push the blonde off of him. Instead he sat sternly and awkwardly for a moment, though he soon loosened up, melting into Atsumu's touch. His body was cold, probably from being outside. It wasn't exactly warm out there, so he felt the need to heat him up further. He tugged at the comforter, tucking it in closely around Atsumu's body. Achu. I guess I'm watching the Minions with you then, Omi. Tilda. But. Press play, Omi. Sakusa's eyes squinted as he looked down to Atsumu. He sighed as the blonde didn't look back at him. Instead he seemed content at staring at the screen. Aren't we going to talk about your date? How did it go? What is there to talk about, Omi? I already said it was alright. But you were so excited about it earlier. Did something happen? I already said nothing happened. Quit worrying, would ya? I'm home now, and I wanna watch the Minions with ya. Atsumu, I need you to tell me more than that. Well, too bad. His tone seemed slightly serious, but he laughed. I'm home, and I wanna just think about that, and not show. But is that because something? Nothing happened, I swear. I promise. Geez, Omi, didn't know you're worried about me so much. Of course I worry. Atsumu's cheeks flushed brighter, though he used Sakusa's shoulder as a disguise, his hands gripping tightly around Sakusa's clothes. Just, click play, or get me some snacks. What? Get your own snacks. But I'm comfy. Tilda. You're basically laid on me. If I move then you're gonna move too. Omi, please. Atsumu knew for sure he liked Shoyo. That was a fact. You go get something. I'll be right here. No, I'm lazy. Well, no snacks it is then. Omi. But. Don't Omi. Me. I'm not your slave. Get your own goddamn food. You're so mean to me, Omi-kun. Did he like Sakusa more? How am I mean for refusing to get you food? Atsumu groaned as he flung his head off of Sakusa's shoulder. His bottom lip puffed out as he pouted. I'm exhausted, Omi. I've been out all day. What have you been doing? Nothing. I'll have you know watching the Minions is a strenuous task. Omi. No. I hate you. Atsumu scowled as he reluctantly sat up straight before he forced himself off the couch. His head ducked down and his shoulders slouched as he made his way out of the room. Sakusa simply laughed in reply, smirking to himself before he replied, "I love you too." Though he wasn't able to see the blonde's reaction as he was already out the room, Atsumu's cheeks bursted a vibrant red as he slapped a hand to his face, his feet hurrying up into a jog instead of a walk as he made his way to the kitchen. He knew Sakusa was going to have to say something like that eventually. They were fake dating after all, and step one to that is acting like an actual couple. He just didn't expect it to affect him as much as it actually did. He shook his head as he grabbed his chosen snacks. He had decided to get something for Sakusa as well. It wasn't like he would want him to move to get something if he was laid on him. He sighed as he began to walk back, doing his best to control the clear shade on his cheek, but it was a lot harder than it seemed. He smiled as he walked into the room. Sakusa was just staring blankly at the paused TV screen, probably lost in thought. Atsumu hummed as he placed the snacks on the coffee table, smiling in Sakusa's direction and breaking him from his thoughts as he once again took the seat beside him, though he cuddled up to him just as he did before. "Play it. Pass me something. HAA. Pass me something you brought Dumbus. HAA. You mean you made me go and get snacks even though you wanted them for yourself?" "Exactly." Atsumu scoffed and glared at Sakusa through the corner of his eye, though he eventually gave in, sighing as he reached for something and passed it to Sakusa. "Thanks." Yeah, whatever. Just press play. I'm like halfway through the movie. So, do you want me to restart it? No, I'm not here to watch it. It's shit. Take that back now. It's already been said. Now just press play already. Sakusa scoffed yet did as the blonde requested, grabbing the remote and pressing play. He smiled as he felt Atsumu's head rest itself back into his shoulder. He clearly wasn't paying any attention to what was going on the screen, nor was he at this point. He was just mindlessly staring into it. Achoo. Sakusa hummed as he turned to his side whilst pausing the TV. It had barely even been 10 minutes and the blonde had already passed out. His day really must have been exhausting or something. It was still the afternoon. He smiled as he pulled his arm from Atsumu's now loosened grip. Instead he rested it around the blonde's shoulder as he pulled him closer into himself, his fingers playing with Atsumu's golden hair. He felt blood rise to his cheeks so he looked away from the boy, though he couldn't resist looking back at him. He was adorable. "Good night I guess." He smiled once again, this time reaching his head to his side, planting a kiss on the top of Atsumu's head before turning back to the TV and using the remote to turn it back on. Atsumu. Atsumu looked to the direction he heard the voice coming from. He smiled as he realized it was Kiyumi. He shut the front door behind himself. He didn't exactly remember leaving the dorm in the first place, but his brain didn't let him think about that all too much. "Hiaomi-kun. You were out a while." Atsumu hummed as he kicked off his shoes before he bent down, picking them up and placing them neatly by the door. He smirked as Sakusa took another few steps his way. "Why, did you miss me?" "Yeah. What?" Atsumu's cheeks flushed red, not only by Sakusa's words but because of how close Kiyumi was getting to him. It wasn't long before he was towering over him, a soft hand caressing his equally soft cheek. "Omi. SHHH. Sakusa hushed him as he smirked, slowly backing the blonde against the door, his fingers fumbling against Atsumu's soft lips as he drew their faces closer together. "Why were you out so long, Atsumu? You made a promise to me." I'm sorry." Though he stared up at Kiyumi, his eyes wide and his cheeks beat red as he tried to find the correct words to say, but he decided the safest option would be to stay silent. "I really missed you." I missed you too." Sakusa's voice was deep yet soft, which only added to Atsumu's flustered state. He could practically feel Sakusa's hot breath on his face, and he wouldn't do anything to run away or change that. "Oh Omi." Though he didn't get to say another word as Sakusa's lips pressed against his own. His eyes went so wide he thought that they were going to burst out of their sockets until he melted into Sakusa's warmth. Both his hands reached up to grab both sides of Sakusa's face as he pulled him even closer. Sakusa held him by his waist with one arm, the other constantly petting the side of Atsumu's face as their lips danced in time with each other. They separated for a moment. Atsumu took the time to catch his breath as Sakusa dotted kisses down his cheek and down his neck, which he sucked and bit lightly at. Atsumu had no clue what was happening, but holy fuck he wanted more. Ha. Iomi. It wasn't long before Sakusa's lips were back on Atsumu's, their tongues lapping one another as Sakusa reached beneath his shirt, his fingers tracing from his stomach up to his chest. Atsumu groaned. Well, that was until. He woke up again. You're awake? HAA. Oomi. Don't shout. You're hurting my ears. Sorry. Atsumu was still in the same place where he fell asleep, his head resting on Sakusa's shoulder. Kyumi must have felt him move. His whole face heated up as his hand gripped Sakusa's arm tightly. Holy fuck. Oh, loosen your grip. I thought you said to stop shouting. I'm allowed to shout, not you. Why not? Because I'm not hurting my own ears. Whatever. Atsumu shook his head and loosened his grip slightly, his face hiding in Sakusa's shoulder that he rubbed his cheek against, trying to calm the obvious blush on them. What time is it? End of part 5. Red Heart. Hi besties. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for all the mistakes in this part. I've had to use a different editing technique because I got banned. I usually write on my PC, which usually reduces the amount of errors, but I've been doing it all on phone. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Sorry for the wait. I've been busy with exams, but bye. Love you all.